We all want to have a muscular body, but today's video is a warning about the dark side of bodybuilding when people blindly pursue the ideal body. The content recounts cases of athletes who have abused steroids, synthol, and stimulants to increase muscle mass unnaturally. As a result, many of them suffered serious health damage, lost control of their minds, and even died. Through these real stories, the video emphasizes that sacrificing health just to achieve an unrealistic appearance is too expensive. Number 1 is Trevor Smith, a famous bodybuilder in the bodybuilding community, although he never competed professionally. Instead, he focused on writing, coaching, and running his own brand called Nuclear Nutrition, while developing the Beyond Failure training method. Standing 6 feet 11 inches tall and weighing over 400 pounds, Trevor had an incredibly large physique. However, to achieve this size, he combined excessive training with steroid use, which put serious stress on his body, especially his heart and internal organs. As a result of this lifestyle, he died of a heart attack in 2004, leaving many regrets in the bodybuilding community. Number 2 is Andreas Munzer, an Austrian bodybuilder widely known for his almost fat-free physique, an extreme aesthetic standard in the bodybuilding world. To achieve this hyper-real look, he not only used steroids, but also abused diuretics to force his body to eliminate all the water, causing his skin to shrink to every muscle. Thanks to this flawless body, he achieved many successes in international bodybuilding competitions and became an idol to many people who love this sport. However, behind that muscular beauty was a body that was gradually exhausted due to the erosion of toxic chemicals, extreme diets, and the pressure to maintain an unnatural figure. In 1996, Munzer was hospitalized with severe stomach pain and died shortly after from multiple organ failure. An autopsy revealed that his heart was twice its normal size, a cruel testament to the price of false perfection. Number 3 is Sally McNeil, an American bodybuilder who served in the Marine Corps and won several minor titles in military bodybuilding competitions. Although she did not achieve much in her career, she became famous for her involvement in a shocking murder case in 1995. On Valentine's Day, Sally shot and killed her husband, a fellow bodybuilder, during an argument. During the trial, her lawyer argued that Sally's actions were in self-defense because she had been a victim of domestic violence, but the prosecution proved that she had a history of violent behavior, attacking innocent people and even police officers. Tests showed that she had steroids, a drug that can cause loss of control of emotions, in her system, and she was sentenced to 19 years in prison for second-degree murder, becoming a prime example of the negative psychological effects that steroids can have. Number 4 is Chad Brothers, is a prime example of the serious consequences of combining steroid abuse with other powerful stimulants. The incident occurred at a gym in Colony, New York, when he suddenly fell off an exercise machine and immediately lost control. In a fit of panic and aggression, he destroyed gym equipment, smashed up the office, and attacked gym members and employees. When the police arrived, Chad did not calm down but fought back fiercely, grabbing the police stun gun and continuing to struggle, forcing 6 officers to work together to subdue him. At the hospital, test results showed that he had steroids and PCP in his system, a drug that can cause hallucinations and violent behavior, clearly showing the dangers of bodybuilding combined with uncontrolled stimulant use. Number 5 is Greg Valentino, one of the most famous bodybuilders, not because of his achievements in competition, but because of his huge arms, which reached a size of up to 27 inches. Initially, Greg started training to build muscle naturally, but dissatisfaction with his body size led him to abuse steroids and testosterone. This helped his biceps grow rapidly, but also led to serious consequences. In particular, Greg did not change the needle when using steroids, which led to an infection and the formation of a large abscess on his arm. Instead of going to the doctor, he tried to treat it himself, but the wound became more and more serious, forcing him to be hospitalized. Doctors had to cut open his arm to clean the pus. Fortunately, he did not have to amputate his arm, but the large scar on his body is a reminder of the terrible risks of steroid abuse. Number 6 is Dean Warmby, a British bodybuilder who was known for his muscular physique and over 240 pounds of muscle. However, to maintain this massive physique, he abused steroids for years. Despite his impressive appearance, the consequences of his excessive steroid use began to show when Dean was diagnosed with liver cancer in 2010. The liver tumors grew rapidly, and despite his attempts at treatment, his health continued to deteriorate. After stopping steroid use and turning to natural treatments, he was unable to reverse the damage to his liver due to the severity of the condition. Dean Warmby passed away in 2015, leaving behind a painful lesson about the long-term effects of steroid use in bodybuilding, as it can destroy the body from the inside out. Number 7 is Romario dos Santos Alves, a Brazilian bodybuilder who became famous not for his intense training or strict diet, but for his use of synthol, a synthetic oil that is injected into his muscles to rapidly increase their size. Alves used synthol to bulk up his biceps and build huge muscles without the need for heavy training. However, his abuse of synthol took a serious toll on his health. Not only did the synthetic oil make his muscles stiff and painful, it also led to kidney problems and infections. When Alves' muscles became so stiff and painful, he was faced with the possibility of having his arm amputated. Fortunately, before the condition became too serious, Alves had a change of heart and stopped using synthol, avoiding amputation. However, his story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of pursuing an unnatural body ideal. Number 8 is Ruben Arzu, an American bodybuilder known for his massive physique. But his abuse of steroids and other powerful stimulants led to extreme psychological and behavioral problems. One evening, after attending a party, Ruben became extremely violent while sitting on a couple's porch and refusing to leave. When the couple tried to call the police, he brutally attacked them, leaving the man with severe head injuries and the woman with facial injuries. When police arrived at the scene, Ruben continued to fight back, and it took several officers to subdue him. Tests showed that he had steroids and other drugs in his system, suggesting that the combination of steroids and stimulants caused Ruben to lose control and become extremely violent. Ruben Arzu was arrested and faces serious charges, including attempted murder. His story is a cautionary tale of the dangerous effects of steroid and stimulant abuse on behavior and mental health. Number 9 is Mustafa Ismail, an Egyptian bodybuilder famous for his massive biceps, which measured nearly 31 inches, making him a phenomenon in the bodybuilding community. However, to achieve these massive muscles, Mustafa used synthol, a synthetic oil, to increase the size of his muscles quickly without much training. Although he was recorded as having the largest biceps in the world at the time, his abuse of synthol led to many serious health problems. Many suspected that the size of his biceps was not entirely due to training, but rather due to synthol injections, which caused his record to be removed from the Guinness Book of Records. Although Mustafa denied using the substance, the unusual changes in his body led many to believe that it was the reason for the abnormal growth of his biceps. Mustafa Ismail's story is a prime example of the price to pay when searching for the ideal body shape using unnatural methods. Finally, Greg Kovacs was a Canadian bodybuilder who was noted for his enormous size, standing over 6 feet tall and weighing up to 330 pounds during his competitive season and 400 pounds during his off-season. He was one of the most prominent bodybuilders of the 1990s, with 25-inch biceps, a 70-inch chest, and 35-inch legs. Throughout his career, Kovacs used steroids and other stimulants to achieve this impressive physique, which put him far ahead of his competitors in competitions. However, his use of these drugs also had serious consequences for his health, especially his heart. In 2013, Kovacs died at the age of 44 from a heart attack, reflecting the serious risks of steroid and performance-enhancing substance abuse. Greg Kovacs' story is a reminder of the price to pay when pursuing the ideal body using dangerous stimulants. The stories of these bodybuilders are a powerful reminder of the dangers of steroid and stimulant abuse in the quest for the ideal body. Although the pursuit of the perfect body may bring temporary achievements, the price to pay for health and life is extremely expensive. Natural and sustainable bodybuilding is always the best choice to protect long-term health and avoid unforeseen consequences. Thank you for watching. If the video is good and useful, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. Wish you a great day. Thank you, and see you in the next video.